Hey guys, Lord Naren White here, the Holy Ghost, the one true God. Back with you with the next video in my Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. Today, continuing Baldur's Gate 3. Okay, so to begin this quest, today's video,
Breathe deep and move.
we're going to talk with everybody from yesterday's video. So this is the night after the party and the tieflings and the people have all left. So let's talk with everybody, starting with Shadowheart, who I chose to romance with alongside Barokshield. So we chose to romance her, and so now we'll, move forward by talking with her.
All's well, I hope.
We could say, of course, unless something's the matter. But what we will say is, I wanted to talk to you about that night we spent together.
I was going to say the very same thing. As soon as I worked up my courage a little. I can't recall the last time I shared so much with someone. Maybe I never did before. It meant a lot to me. You mean a lot to me. And that was before the kiss.
We could say, it was a mistake, we should forget it ever happened. Or perhaps we got carried away. I value your company, but not like that. But of course, what we will say, which is, that night meant a lot to me, and I hope there's more to come.
I hope so too. Though I'm not sure what kind of courtship will be afforded, given all that we're facing. But if you want to see where this goes, I do as well.
We could say a few things here. Let's start with the first one. You seemed intrigued when Halsin mentioned Dark Justicars before.
Wouldn't you be in my place? If there's even the slightest chance that Shah worshippers remain within our reach, we should try and find them. Even if they're all long gone, and that seems quite likely from what we know, who knows what they may have left behind for us to use? My people are nothing if not resourceful.
As long as I've prayed to Lady Shah, I've wished to serve her as a Dark Justiciar. There's scarcely a greater way to fully dedicate yourself to Lady Shah, save perhaps if you become the head of her church. To become a Dark Justiciar is to become the Night Singer's sword arm, her implement with which she will cast down the unbelievers and win the final battle to restore her perfect, endless darkness. It's all I ever wanted. I prayed it was my calling. But Mother forbid me from seeking to prove myself worthy of the rank. She said I was not ready. Not my mother, I should add. The Mother Superior, head of Lady Shah's enclave in Baldur's Gate. Sometimes I wonder if she would ever deem me ready. I owe her everything, and I only wish to serve, yet she can prove inscrutable.
We could say, wow, well that was a load of nothing. I'm not sure why you bothered telling me that, or thank you for sharing, or I don't understand why be so secret about such an ambition. Or what I will say, which is, do you think she'll ever relent and make you a Dark Justiciar?
I don't know. Perhaps if I succeed in my mission and reach Baldur's Gate. Hope has little place amongst Lady Shah's children. It's an illusion, a distraction. For this, I hope my time will yet come.
We can say, thank you for sharing. Next, I'll say, you and I, we share something special, I think. I want to talk about it.
Very serious of you. But go ahead.
I want to say, how are you faring?
Always good when I'm with you.
From here, we'll go ahead and we can say I want to talk about all that's happened to us.
Fine. What's on your mind?
Let's see what she says.
Quite splendidly, to give credit where it's due. You and I have shared some good times together, and it seems we have plenty in common.
turn to other matters and leave. Next, I'll talk with Carla.
Soldier?
Yes?
Speak. Quickly.
We could say you said you were going to share your bunk with Astarion, but we're not going to say that. It's not our business. We'll talk with Halsin.
Oakfather's blessings to you.
Oakfather's blessings to you. Let's go ahead and say, I have to ask, how do you know so much about the parasite?
I studied one up close. Closer than most would care to be to those things. A drow attacked me and I defended myself. Afterwards, I was able to examine the tadpole that emerged. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say.
Seems like you feel responsible for this shadow curse somehow.
Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo by itself. I must do what I can. I studied the Shadow Curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source.
Do you know how the shadow curse can be stopped?
Perhaps. But we'll need to get closer before I can put my theory into practice. Put it from your mind for now. Once we near the curse, then there will be more to be said.
Is that why you went with Aradin? You thought he might find this route to Moonrise?
Precisely. Then perhaps I could have done something about both the Shadow Curse and Ceramorphosis aberrations. But in my eagerness, I put far too much faith in the abilities of Aradin and his band. We didn't even get close.
We'll go ahead and say, how are you faring out here at the camp?
Wonderfully. If I'm honest, the grove was too comfortable for my tastes. I felt removed from nature. I'll miss my books, but I can find all the wisdom they contain out here firsthand.
We can say, well, if there's anything I can do to make you less comfortable, let me know. Or we're not going to say this. Or what I could say, which is, you'll find plenty of books before long. I keep coming across them everywhere.
Is that so? Well, nature does abhor waste. I will keep watch, thank you. I had a feeling time in your company would prove fruitful.
Okay, we'll leave. Let's talk with Vola.
My good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much.
Has your research turned up anything that might help with this parasite problem?
My research turned up a rather brilliant technique that seems quite actionable. It's not too deep. Just behind the orbital socket. I could attempt an extraction. I've a needle in my tunic, after all.
Let's go ahead and say, how many times have you done this before?
I assure you, I've dreamt of it 1,000 times over.
Let's go see if let's go. I'm gonna ask Google if Volo should perform an extraction. No, we don't want to. It comes with a bad trade-off for us, so we're gonna say I'd rather get a second opinion.
You won't find a more learned opinion on this matter, I assure you.
No, we're gonna leave.
You only have a matter of days to live. Don't dally, my friend.
Okay. We'll save and then talk with Will.
I had a dream last night. A vivid one. And so did you, judging from the way my tadpole is tingling. Someone came to me and promised to protect me while claiming that the parasite could empower me. Tempting as these powers sound, we should recognize this dream for what it is, the tadpole's little trick. No good ever came from trusting honey-tongued strangers conjured up by elithid worms.
Let's say we should have as little to do with these tadpoles as we can.
Well said.
I've heard this
This
before.
dream figure is
So
no
that's
friend to us.
Nice. So last but not least, Gil.
Always a delight to speak with you. What can I do?
Always Gil. Let's head out for now. So, with the team we've got, I've decided, as we leave camp now, let's go talk with Kaga. Let's see if she has anything interesting to say now that everybody's left the grove. Beautiful music.
Peace. Enjoy it while it lasts.
She doesn't have anything to say interesting. Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to do to begin with. So, we have two options. You see here, it says, Githyanki Kresh Githyanki Warrior travel to the mountain pass. So this is one of the ways that we can proceed. The other one is if we go to the Grim Forge and take an elevator. We'll do that approach second because it's actually more challenging. So we'll do the easier one first. I think that makes the most sense. So let's fast travel to Joaquin's Rest and head over there. Nice. So even though the game gives us this message, we can actually still go back to this area. So there's no big deal. And also, we've also cleared everything out. We've completely explored the top and the Underdark, which is amazing. So, great job. Let's keep going. So you're about to progress your adventure. Make sure to tie up any loose ends before advancing. Excellent. The Rosymorn Monastery Trail. And we see that the lighting has changed, which is really beautiful. You see we can still fast travel back. Really cool. And the sound of animals in the background is so beautiful.
Wait. These markings. Tirsu script scratched in the ground. A creche must be nested in the temple below. We must go there at once.
Tirsu script, you said. What does that mean?
Githyanki writing. Every word a wheel. Every letter a spoke. The most powerful texts are engraved in slate. Some so ancient, only the most erudite Gish can read them.
We'll say, how do I know I can trust your people?
You don't have to trust them. Only to trust me. I have not failed you yet, and I have no intentions of it now. I don't need you to believe me for it to be true.
I'll say, I'll lead us there in my own time. We need to stay close if we're to survive.
Chuk. Very well. But promise me we will return before our chance is lost, else I make my way there alone.
I promise we'll go to the creche before we lose the chance.
Lead on then.
Frequent saves might help here. So this is to the goblin camp. Let's see where it comes out of, actually. No, let's leave it. Let's leave it. Ooh, a plaque. Let's see what it says.
Blessed be you, pilgrim. Take respite now in the dawn's loving gaze.
Looks like Lathander, god of the dawning sun.
That's nice. Lathander.
Yes?
Who's this?
Who goes there?
Lady Esther. Save our game. We have a bunch of cash, so if she has any cool items, we can pick them up.
A friendly face. Oh, you are a sweet, sweet blessing, my dear. You know, I've had nothing but trouble all day. I've been accosted, chased, insulted. Look over there. Do you see that wretched little hive?
It looks like a temple.
Oh, it certainly looks that way. But inside, it is swarming with brutish, stupid, rude Githyanki.
Brutish and rude by your wretched standards. But stupid. Kchoki.
Your charming companion would call it a creche. But it was built on what remained after the Githyanki slaughtered all of the monks. I'd call it a murderous training camp.
Acutely observed on both counts.
Honestly, I was doing them a favor offering to buy one of their eggs. And how am I repaid? Attacked and run off like some transient.
You tried to buy one of their children?
What? Oh, of course not. I was merely... Well... Look, it's just an egg. The Society of Brilliance asked me to acquire one of their roe so they can incubate it and, once it hatches, raise the spawn in their tradition.
Please, do enlighten me. What is this tradition?
The Society believes a Githyanki raised in a peaceful, nurturing environment can overcome its violent nature. I'm sure your friend would agree. A Githyanki is as likely to forsake its violent nature as a gnome is to fly.
We could say violence is taught, not inherited. You don't need it to steal a child to know that. Or some things are in our blood, only a fool would deny that. Well, or we could say, well, you failed to get the egg, so I guess we'll never know. Or what I will say, which is, with a pure will and great courage, anyone can rise above their nature.
You've been sipping from the same goblet as the Society. Perhaps you'd be willing to help then, to prove your point. They may have chased me away, but surely the Gith would welcome a person with such sympathetic views to their creche. And once inside, you could simply purloin an egg.
Steal one of Gith's own. I will slit your throat for even suggesting it.
I'm not talking to you. You'll be well compensated, of course. Just bring me an egg.
We could say, sounds good, I'm in, or do you have any equipment worth trading? Or persuasion fine, but I want payment up front. Or my friend is right, what do you suggest is revolting and you need to die? Or I'm not getting involved in this. I'm going to Google this actually. Interesting. Interesting. Let's make this persuasion roll for now. Nice.
I suppose there is a reason I'm asking you to do it.
What? Surrender an egg, and I will not stand for it.
Very well. Here's the money. Now, I expect a speedy delivery.
Nice. Where is that quest here? Let's talk with her again.
I trust that an early payment has ensured swift action. What news of the Githyanki egg?
I want to trade.
Very well. But I'll make note of how much time you waste trawling through baubles.
Interesting. Unarmed attacks. Interesting. I don't think there's anything worth getting here, but we could pick up a few thieves' tools. That might not hurt. We have a ton of gold, so... Let's try this note as well. By the note.
Happy are we?
So, what does this note say? Call for adventurers, exploring nature, the nature versus nurture debate. The Society of Brilliance is pleased to announce an open call for adventurers to participate in a groundbreaking research project examining the intriguing and enduring question of nature versus nurture. The aim of this project is to investigate the relative contributions of nature and nurture in determining characteristics, traits, and outcomes. Our hypothesis: a Githyanki raised in a peaceful, nurturing environment will rise above its inherent nature to become a productive and progressive member of society. Your contribution: we require 1 Githyanki egg, unhatched and in good condition, taken directly from a Githyanki crash. Generous payment will be provided on successful completion of the task. Please contact Hav Kelag at the lodge for further details. Fascinating. Let's see if that updated the quest. You see here, it did not seemingly update the quest, but no worries for now. Because there's no way I'm going to give her this egg, so we were able to get the money ahead of time, and we don't need to give her the eggs, so pretty good. From a role-playing perspective, I don't think Rockshield should have done that, but we can say that he was debating giving her the egg, but then later changed his mind. But even then, I guess he would not be keeping his word.
This view's almost worth the walk.
Maybe something like he felt that it would be just so much more important to go to the Society of Brilliance or something like that. So, tough, but that might be the role-playing aspect, because I don't want to give that woman the egg. This view is beautiful. And that's where I'll go ahead and end the video there for this week. I want to go ahead and say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, as it greatly helps the channel. Light to be with you all. Take care, and thanks again.